Good morrow, scholars. Welcome back to Stormfront, Book 1 of the Dresden Files. This is the final chapter. I feel like there should be a special title. I'm sorry that I'm really late today in regards to these uploads. Ow. Really? That thing always waits until I'm recording, no matter how long I wait. I don't know what it is. Anyway. I feel like I should have a special title for this chapter, but I can't think of one. Now, real quick, in yesterday's upload, about an hour and a half, for some reason, my audio didn't record. However, my friend Miga's did. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the episode up as is, just as a testament to our friendship and my own stupidity. Anywho, we're in chapter 27. Page 317. Yeah, which I guess is okay if I wanted to. Never mind. I awoke somewhere cool and dark in tremendous pain, coughing my lungs out. Rain was falling on my face. Rain drops keep falling on my head. I have to do that. I don't know why. And it was the greatest feeling I'd ever known. Morgan's face was over mine. And I realized he'd been giving me CPR. Oh. I coughed and sputtered and sat up, wheezing for breath. Morgan watched me for a moment, then scowled and stood up, eyes flickering around. I managed to get enough wind to speak and said numbly, "You saved me." He grimaced. "Yes. But why?" He looked at me again, then stooped to pick up his sword and slipped it into the scabbard at his side. "Because I saw what happened in there. I saw you risk your life to stop the Shadow Man." I like that he's calling him that, too. "Without breaking any of the laws. You weren't the killer." I coughed some more and said, "That doesn't mean you had to save me." He turned and blinked at me, as though puzzled. "What do you mean?" "You could have let me die." His hard expression never changed, but he said, "You weren't guilty. You're a part of the White Council." His mouth twisted as though the words were fresh lemons. "Technically, I had an obligation to preserve your life. It was my duty." I'm not so much laughing at duty, just the fact that he had to save him. I find funny because their interactions throughout. Anyway, "I wasn't the killer." I said, "No." "So," I wheezed, "that would make me right. And that would make you..." Morgan scowled, "More than ready to carry out the doom if you cross the line, Dresden. Don't think this has gotten you off the hook, as far as I'm concerned. So, if I remember correctly, as a warden, it is your duty to report on my conduct to the council, isn't it?" "Iggy, we've been over this." He's very angry, but he's not clawing me up or biting me anymore, so yeah. Anyway. "So you're going to have to go to them on Monday and tell them all about what really happened. The whole truth, and nothing but the truth." "Yes," he snarled. "It is even possible they will lift the doom." I started laughing, weakly. "Iggy, don't you dare." So mad at you right now. You do it on purpose, and I know it. Anyway. "You haven't won, Dresden. There are many on the council who know full well that you have consorted with the powers of darkness. We, at least, will not relax our vigil on you. We will watch you day and night. We will prove that you are a danger who must be stopped." I kept laughing. I fell over on my side. I laughed so much. Morgan arched an eyebrow and simply stared at me. "Are you all right?" "Give me about a gallon of Listerine," I choked, "and I'll be fine." Morgan just stared at me, and I laughed harder. He rolled his eyes and growled something about the police being here at any moment to provide medical care. Then he turned and stomped off into the woods, muttering to himself the whole way. Yep, I knew it. Anyway, The police arrived in time to catch the Becketts trying to leave and arrested them for four, of all things, being naked. Makes sense. Later, they were implicated in the three-eye drug ring and prosecuted on distribution charges. I'm just going to... Iggy! He does this on purpose. Anyway, I'll just have to... I'll deal with it after the video. Just as well for them that they're in the Michigan justice system. They wouldn't have come out of a cell alive if they'd been in Chicago. It wouldn't have been good for Johnny Marcone's business. Huh. The varsity suffered a mysterious fire the night of my visit. I hear Marcone didn't have any trouble collecting the insurance money, in spite of all the odd rumors going around. Word hit the street that Marcone had hired Harry Dresden to take out the head of the Three-Eye Gang, one of those rumors that you can't trace back to any one person. I didn't try to deny it. It was a cheap enough price to not have to worry about anyone bombing my car. I was too hospitalized to show up at the meeting of the White Council, but it turned out that they decided to lift the doom of Damocles, which I had always thought a rather pretentious name in any case, from me, due to the valorous action above and beyond the call of duty. I don't think Morgan ever forgave me for being a good guy. He had to eat crow in front of the whole council, relentlessly driven by his anal retentive sense of duty and honor. There's no love lost between us, but the guy was honest. I'll give him credit for that. And heck, at least I don't have to look forward to him popping out nowhere every time I cast a spell. I hope. Murphy was in critical condition for nearly 72 hours, but she pulled through. Yay! They gave her a room right down the hall for me, in fact. I sent her flowers to her hospital room, and, along with the surviving ring of her handcuffs. I told her in a note not to ask how the chain between the rings had been so neatly severed. I didn't think she'd buy that someone cut it with a magic sword. I want a magic sword. That'd be an interesting show, like the Magic School Bus. Never mind. Where the heck was I again? The flowers must have helped. The first time she got out of bed was to totter down the hall to my room, throw them in my face, and leave without saying a word. She professed to have no memory of what had happened at my office, and maybe she didn't. But in any case, she got the warrant for my arrest rescinded, and a couple of weeks later, when she went back to work, she called me in for advice the next day, and she sent a big check to cover my expenses in the murder investigations. I guess that means we're friends again, in a professional sense, but we don't joke anymore. Some wounds don't heal very quickly. Sad but true. The police found the remains of the huge three-eye stash and what was left of the lake house, and Victor Sells eventually came up as the bad guy. Monica Sells and her children vanished into witness protection. I hope they've got a better life now than they had before. I suppose it couldn't be much worse. Bob eventually came home again, more or less within the 24-hour time limit, I suppose. I turned a deaf ear to rumors of a particularly wild party at the University of Chicago, which lasted from Saturday night to Sunday night, and Bob wisely never mentioned it. Kind of like Bob, but at the same time I don't. Date with a Demon was the headliner for the Arcane when it came out the following Monday, and Susan came by my hospital room to bring me a copy to talk to me about it. She seemed greatly amused by the cast that held my hips immobilized until the docs could be sure that there wasn't so much fracturing. The X-ray machine kept fouling whenever they tried to use it on me for some reason. I commented that it was a pity I wasn't more mobile. I used the sympathy factor to badger another date out of her, and she didn't seem to mind too much. That time, we were not interrupted by a demon, and I didn't need any of Bob's love potions or advice. Thank you very much. Mac got his Trans Am back. I got the Blue Beetle back. That didn't seem exactly equitable, but at least the Beetle still runs most of the time. Sorry, I just completely lost it. I made sure to send pizza out to... Oh, I forgot all about Toot. And his fairy buddies every night for a week, and once a week ever since. I'm pretty sure the kid from Pizza Express thought I was loony, having him drop off pizza by the roadside. Back with him, I make good on my promises. Mr. got a little shortchanged on the whole deal, but it was well beneath his dignity to notice such things. Oh. And me, what did I get out of it? I'm not really sure. I escaped from something that had been following me for a long time. I'm just not sure what. I'm not sure who was more certain that I was a walking antichrist waiting to happen. The conservative branch of the White Council? A man like Morgan? Or me? For them, at least, the question has been partly laid to rest. For myself, though, I'm not so sure. The power is there. The temptation is there. That's just the way it's going to be. I can live with that. The world is getting weirder, darker every single day. Things are spinning around faster and faster, and threatening to go completely awry. Falcons and falconers. The center cannot hold. That's ominous. But in my corner of the country, I'm trying to nail things down. I don't want to live in Victor's jungle, even if it did eventually devour him. What? I don't want to live in a world where the strong rule the weak, and the weak cower. There we go. Sorry. I'd rather make a place where things are a little quieter, where trolls stay the hell under their bridges, and where the elves don't come swooping out to snatch children from the cradles. Ah, yes, I remember those stories. Where vampires respect the limits, and where the fairies mind their P's and Q's. My name is Harry Blackstone Copperfield Dresden. Conjure by it at your own risk. When things get strange, when what goes bump and the night flicks on the lights, when no one else can help you, give me a call. I'm in the book. The Yellow Book. Okay. Well, that was really fun. I'm kind of surprised, too. Iggy, you're a butthead. I want you to know that. Again, sorry that the videos are late. Mostly it had to do with fixing the audio recording. So I got that taken care of. And also, I was trying to get the costume list up and running. For some reason, it won't. Oh, real quick, before I forget, I went to go see The Accountant last night with some friends of mine. I had a fantastic time. Good people. Good people. I highly recommend the movie. I really like Ben Affleck as an actor. And now that I think about it, as a director too. That's not... Anyway. Let me know if you guys have seen it, what you thought of the book. If, like I always say, anything from here that would be good for me to study, especially for my own series, be sure to let me know. And until next time, goodbye everybody. Whew, I'm tired.